I came in 2011, September. 2012 March, my dad got very ill, so that's when it happened. So I was walking into an exam, and I got a call from my mom saying that's very critical. I was taken back and I was shocked because I had spoken to him on the phone last night, the night before, and he seemed fine and fit and loving. He had a stroke and he was completely paralyzed and he couldn't talk. And he was young, 64 years old. So I tried to walk into the exam and I couldn't perform. Mm-hmm. And I told the invigilator I just got this call and I'm feeling very anxious. They took me out and they said you have to go back home. And I came home and then saw my dad at the intensive care unit and then found out that he's got 4-stage cancer and that he's got just very little time to live. And it was all very shocking for me at that time because completely unexpected news from anywhere, out of the blue. So what happened was I missed exams and I came back, did a couple of exams and went back again. So then I during the recent period when my father passed away, and I missed those exams during that time. Yeah. During the exact funeral time period. Mm-hmm. But I had submitted all of the documents, according to the academic regulations within 5 working days. Even though it was the toughest time in my life, I knew I had to do these kind of, processes to protect myself because I think they were on a student visa. But when I came back to university, 2 weeks after the funeral, they told me I couldn't go to the following year because I had missed too many exams. And the recent period is now over. That I had to go back, take a year off of university, and then come back again during the recent period of the following year to do my exams. And I was quite disappointed because for me, my father's biggest dream was education. Yeah. And I was even more determined to come and perform in my academics as much as possible. The only thing that he wanted from me was this. Yes. Yeah. I kind of fought the university because for an international student to take a year off means you got to go back and reapply for your visa, which means show funds about $40,000 in bank.
All over again, you're starting the process all over again.
Pay for initial surcharge, and it's a hassle. Yeah. It's a hassle. So I was like, I'm not going to get penalized for something that happened to me. Yeah. It's inhumane. Yeah. So I fought the case, kind of protested in the university. And, they allowed me to go to the following year. They especially facilitated 2 exams for me. Okay. And, they allowed me to take 2 for the following year. And they facilitated it for me. Mm-hmm. So I performed very well in the exams. I got A's, all A's, straight A's. Incredible. I think back and then I just look at it and I can't even believe it was me,
And you were still mourning at that time?
Mourning. I think it was part of the grief maybe where I just wanted to just work.
Yeah, it was true.
What I can do. And then that was the time I felt, students go through things like this and it's unfair. I have now got experience fighting the academic board. I think I want to represent students.
Okay.
And then I spoke to the student president at the time.
Okay.
She was the first, I think, female black president RGU had.
Okay.
Yeah, so she showed me the process on getting elected and, that's where I came into student politics in RGU.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, it must have really been a difficult time for you.
It was because you're mourning and so is your family. So you can't really rely on anyone like your family members,
Yeah.
It's a tough time.
Did you have friends at that? So all this happened in your first year?
Yeah.
And you were just basically trying to settle in and integrate and must have really been tough. And how the rest of your studentship go? So the second, third, fourth year, do you have any major challenges after the first year? After what you experienced in your first year?
I just focused on getting my academic grades and I got elected the following year and the following year. There were major milestones that I hit, got, I think, multiple awards from the Scottish Government for the work I did. And I think I just buried myself in work, really, campaigning for issues like mental health, improving academic experience for students. And then creating a political movement that campaign against discriminatory immigration laws that affected students.
So you did all that as a student?
Yes.
As an undergraduate student?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
What gave you the strength to do that? What gave you the confidence? Where did that come from? Would you say it's the discipline, things you learned as a child?
I think it's one is passion,
Okay.
and I there's drive there too. But the discipline keeps that journey, alive. And once you are in that routine of working, then it becomes a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really, really, I think you must have accomplished a lot while you were doing your undergrad. And is that what led up to, I'm thinking that's what led up to, after your school, after you finished your studies, at what point did you go into politics? At what point did you think I could, further my career in this, being a politician or go into politics? At what point did that really hit you?
So, in the undergrad time period, I served 3 terms as vice president of international students, and then the political movement, right, the South Asian Students' Union. At this point, I still had no idea about political parties and understanding the structure and the constitution, what values they have, neither understanding of left or right in politics, because back in Sri Lanka, politics was very different from here, So here it's quite clear-cut that we are right parties.
Yeah.
But the only party that supported our campaigns was the Labour Party. I was quite intrigued with that. But I still didn't become a member.
Okay.
I still wanted to sit and understand. Scotland's different, they got Scottish National Party. And look at all the debates from previous politicians and understand the policies. Because sometimes what I see is politicians say something else, and then you see their policies coming on just don't tally with each other.
I'm sure you're the only one that sees that. Okay. So did you read, you went into what, studying, research, reading, or how did you get information?
Online,
Okay.
reading manifestos.
Oh, okay.
And
So you just took it upon yourself to find out how it works. And at this point, you still weren't sure you were going to go into local politics, no? So was it, you were just curious to know everything? Okay.
It's because one of our campaigns from our South Asian Students' Union was successful.
Okay.
At that time, Theresa May was the Home Office Secretary. She was trying to bring forward a legislation where international students were supposed to pay a £6,000 bond before they come to the country. And when they finish their degree and when they leave, they can take that back.
Money back.
Yeah. So we campaigned against that because as you know, international students have already paid staggering amounts. Yeah.
And they need to leave a lot of money in the account
Exactly.
and all that. Yeah.
Right. And it's just surcharges. Well, nothing is free for us here as students, international students. So our campaign was successful. That's when I realized, wow, change is possible. And it's beautiful in a democratic process, It was, I think that kind of gave me the thirst for it,
Okay.
So that's when I looked at the parliamentary system, understanding what the Scottish Parliament does, what Westminster does, what House of Lords does, how local government also acts, and then there's another level tier below that, community councils as well. So understanding the remit on each of these, and then understanding political parties and their constitution, and really from grassroots, it's actually beautiful. I even up to date, I say British democracy is one of the most successful and beautiful democratic system actually. So, yeah.
You're a strong woman, so